Welcome to race day, Valencia Moto GP, final race of the season. I've got to be a bit careful today because there are a few restrictions on what I'm actually allowed to film, so I can't show any of the racing at all, and I think I may have to keep this video below 10 minutes, so apologies if it's short and sweet. But I've got Paddock access, and I've also got VIP access, so I'm going to show you as much as I can of behind the scenes here at the Valencia Moto GP. See here all of the race cars, all the Michelins and all BMWs. Beautiful lineup, loads of different vehicles with one very special one right at the end. Seriously rare car that I haven't seen in a long time, and you can see here it's getting quite a bit of interest. This is the, I believe, Z8. Imagine that as a safety car. E52 Z8 BMW. What a car. It's stunning, isn't it? What a car as a safety car. Beautiful. With that, I love this. The rear end on that is a real work of art. Now I'm coming down to the paddock area, and you can see just in the distance, I'll get to them in a second, that's where the drivers are based, just down there about 200 meters away. And you've got a lot of the different teams here. So, for example, this is the Red Bull factory racing. A couple of scooters outside. See a lot of the racers whizzing around on the scooters and different team members. Stunning looking bike, that. Really nice KTM. And you can come through here. You need a special VIP guest pass to get through this bit. Hola. Gracias. And we're through here into the paddock area, so you can see all of the different teams here. Ducati, Honda down there in the distance. I love this. That's a classy mode of transport there. I mean, the Ducati teams, their base is seriously impressive. You can see a lot of teams here setting up for, I guess, doing some filming and some media. Different VIPs, I think, outside just grabbing a coffee before the race from all of the different teams. And I love it when they have the bikes outside. I mean, look at this. Stunning Fireblade. And Team Suzuki in there, you know, just to get an idea about what it's like inside. They got a bar on that side and tables there with all of the race stats in the background. It's got a very definite festival vibe here, very definite. You know, people all in each of the different teams, cafes and bars, grabbing a coffee, grabbing a beer, a cocktail, having a bite to eat, you know, chatting outside, probably discussing who they think is going to win the race. You've got people whizzing by on mopeds, getting from place to place. I saw someone on a 125cc scooter just dropping off some focaccia to one of the teams. It's really interesting to see what it's like behind the scenes as the teams all get ready for the race. So I've been reliably informed this is the riders' accommodation, so they'll all stay here almost right up until the race itself. I think they'll move slightly closer just before the race, but they will all be in these, I mean, I call them caravans. They're colossal motorhomes. I think, I may be wrong, I think I was told that this one in front of me is, I think it's got some kind of Valentino Rossi link. I'm not sure actually, but that is clearly a hugely popular one, because you can see at this one, everyone is waiting outside for someone to come out of here. And you see the others, and there's almost no one at all. So definitely from here, someone's about to come out of there. So that's why everyone's waiting at that one. And just notice the difference in size. I mean, this one's actually got a terrace. It's so colossal. Whereas these ones, they start getting slightly smaller, and I've been told that these ones are for the riders who aren't quite such gigantic names. I mean, they're still incredible, but they're not quite so big. These are genuinely lorries with expandable things on the side for extra space, whereas those are the size of houses. And these are the lorries where the riders will spend time just before the race, because you can see right behind, just behind these lorries, that's where the racers will actually go. The riders will go to the track itself. So this will be the final port of call for all of the racers before they step into that stadium-like circuit. You can see just racers all whizzing about on mopeds, people getting around as quickly as possible from the different teams. That's Husqvarna there. And more of the lorries. You see film crews chatting to different people. And the lorries of a few more of the racers. KTM there, Mark VDS, through to door number 34 there. Mooney. And it goes all the way up. All the way right up to the end. In fact, actually, I can see here the names of the riders start further up here. And on the left-hand side, the gigantic Michelin Motorsport. Wow, huge Michelin motorhome there. In fact, it's one of the very biggest, and they've got ones 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 long behind it. And everyone is desperate to see him. Wow, you know, seeing all of the racers desperately whizzing out of their individual paddocks and all of the teams running out behind them as fast as they can, everyone there cheering, and they actually go into the stadium through that small tunnel. Almost feels, or gives a feeling of a gladiator type thing, stepping into a stadium. The adrenaline running through these riders must be off the scale as they enter that huge stadium-like track, and everyone on the stands cheering. Must be almost unbearable, the adrenaline, when you're actually there about to race. It's seriously intense. There's a beautiful old lineup of these bull tacos, 1965, 1969, and 1970. Beautiful old machines. This is right on the entrance of the VIP section. Lovely selection. Plus, the beauties from Deus. So they've modified that SS400, but this is special. This is the Kawasaki W800, and that is a seriously nice build. Never tried one of these Kawasaki W800s, but they're a really good looking bike, and modified like that, proper kind of Bali style feeling custom job with that distinctive engine. That looks lovely. Well, that's the end of a fantastic long weekend. Thank you so much to Michelin for putting me up for the past few days and for hosting this brilliant event that I was part of. You know, we got such a fascinating insight. We got to meet some of the seriously high-level people at Michelin who are in charge of all of the tyres for the MotoGP. We got to see behind the scenes of the tyre fitting, the importance of different tyre compounds, especially at the MotoGP in Valencia, where there are way more left-hand turns than right, so you have to change the compound. We met people who used to be in daily contact and work with Valentino Rossi on a daily basis, and last night we went out with a few team members. Flies everywhere. A few team members from Michelin, one of who has been there so long, he actually remembers working with Barry Sheen and James Hunt. Fascinating few days. And Michelin full of really interesting characters that you could talk to all evening. Right, I'll end it there. One other thing just about Valencia in general and the Valencia MotoGP, it's a fantastic event. I mean, the atmosphere is off the scale. Excuse me, the atmosphere is off the scale. You know, people are completely bike crazy there. And, I mean, the weather here, I'm riding back home now, early November, right next to some orange trees here. I'm going to be hugging the coast back to Barcelona. Highly recommend it. And come for a few days, because I've ridden on some of the most stunning roads I've ever seen anywhere in my life here. The mountains around Valencia, they're breathtaking. Right, I'll leave it there. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a brilliant week, and I'll see you all in the next one.